Hi, my warmest greetings from Barcelona. Today's topic is means of arrangement in composition, movement, rhythm, and plasticity. When we speak about movement in composition, we do not speak about real physical movement. We speak about path which our eyes make following from one spot to another. When we spoke about accentuating the part of background by surrounding, we joined these elements along the sides of this part of background. We didn't cross this big space. We didn't cross it through the middle. Why? This happens due to the inertia of our perception. When we are exploring figures in the picture, our sight moves from element to element by shortest way, avoiding empty spaces of background. Upon this specific behavior of our perception is based concept of movement in composition. We refer to the path subconsciously followed from spot to spot by the viewer's eyes, observing the picture as movement. Here in this composition, movement can be a bit longer. For example, we can move here, 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 and again we close the path. But we don't jump through the empty spaces. The alteration of spots and gaps between them along the movement of your eyes creates a rhythm, like a rhythm in music created by altering sounds and pauses of varying duration. For example, we can translate this movement as this, for example, starting from bottom point, middle element, then pause, then big element, pause, then another big element, pause, and then two smalls and two gaps. So this is a rhythm of movement around the part of the background. And third means of arrangement in composition is plasticity. In composition, we use the term plasticity to describe a way of combining elements in the act of forming whole. For example, in this picture, we see that not only big shapes, but small shapes adjoining big shapes, they are tall, sharp. This is a plasticity of this form. And for example, here in opposite, it isn't tall, isn't sharp. Here we see solid, bulky forms, thick walls. It's something opposite to previous picture. And between these two pictures, between these two architectural styles, the difference is in plasticity. In composition, we can try to organize elements using a specific quality. For example, here is a squares organized in a square order. Everything is square. But I can organize the same elements differently. For example, I make it like this. They still are squares, but their distribution in space is different. Here I distribute them in a circle, the same elements. We use the square elements to make the round shape, but we can accentuate roundness by using round shapes. So here we did the next step to express the same plasticity, roundness. When we talk about plasticity, we talk not only about organizing elements, but about property of elements themselves. Here we have a roundness, and here we have a squareness. And this is a property of plasticity in composition. Movement, rhythm, and plasticity, they help emphasize the focal point and organize all the elements around it. For example, using movement, we can draw the viewer attention to the particular part of our composition, and using the rhythm and plasticity to add a certain mood. The means of arrangement and composition serve to the same purpose as composition itself. It helps the viewer to read image.
I am pleased to announce that now on Amazon my book, New Pictorial Composition, is available. In this book, you will find not only my original theory of composition, but also practical exercises that will help you master the theory through experience. Also explained is the scientific base of my compositional theory. It includes the principles of perceptual organization from Gestalt psychology and the scientific study by Alfred Yarbus dedicated to tracing the eye movements when examining pictures. The link is in the description below this video. It's all for now. Have a good time. See you soon.